Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tanu, Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. The topic that I want to discuss today with all the aspiring students of mass communication is exploring media opportunities. Before we actually go on and discuss the opportunities that lie in the field of mass media in different areas, it is very important to know how you must prepare for the career in journalism. These are certain points that I will be discussing in today's lecture. So, if you are aspiring to be a journalist, these are the key qualities that you must inculcate during your duration of the course. So, I will be taking each one of them separately and later on move to the various opportunities that lie for you in the field of mass media. If you are a student of journalism and mass communication, it is very important for you to understand how valuable is networking. What does the networking term mean for a journalism student? It means whenever you listen to somebody online or in your campus, whenever you meet somebody in the campus, it is important for you to stay connected with that person. It is important for you to find out more about that person. This helps you build a network which you will use when you become a journalist in the field. So it is very important for you to keep connected with the people that you might be connecting with in the field when you become a journalist. Second is building a portfolio. Many a times when you are doing a course in journalism and mass communication, you fail to understand the importance of a portfolio. What does building a portfolio mean? Building a portfolio means that when you complete your course, you must have certain things that you will display in front of the employer. How can you build a portfolio? You must engage yourselves in different activities that are being organized by your department. It might be photography, it might be writing. You can do freelancing for websites, for digital media. You can do camera work for several digital channels which are being run today. And you can do several other kinds of activities which help you actually gather not just information, not just on-hand experience, but it also helps you build a strong portfolio of the work that you have done in the duration of your course, which makes you more eligible to get a job than any of your other classmates. So it is very important for you to understand the importance of building a good portfolio, and you can do that while you're pursuing the course itself. Next is updating your skills. Now, skills is one thing that becomes redundant as technology changes. So if you're not updating yourself regularly, if you're not upgrading your skills, then definitely you will be out-marketed very soon by your own classmates. So it's very important for you to keep on updating your skills, especially in today's time when there are so many courses, there is so much to learn from on the digital media and digital platform itself. So you must always keep upgrading, updating your skills. And let me tell you, it is very important to upskill, reskill, and even unskill yourselves with the changing technology. Next is familiarity with technology. In today's time, you cannot say, I do not know this. It is something that no employer would ever entertain. It is very important for you to understand what is big data, what is data journalism, how does technology work. We all know that technological platforms are changing every day, but you need to keep yourself abreast with the changing technology so that when you actually go and work for somebody, you know how to use different technological platforms. Next important thing is the ability to process data. Data is everywhere. Especially after COVID, everything has been digitized. Even those people who never thought of going through digital platforms and reaching their customers through digital platforms have now actually taken the digital route. So after going digital, everything is converted in a binary form. Everything is data. You must understand what data is. You must understand how this data can be processed. You must develop the skills not just to understand data, but also to develop good stories with using the same data. This is very important skill and you must learn them, especially if you want to become a successful journalist. Next important thing is aptitude for learning. If you want to become a journalist, you need to know about everything. I will not say that you should become jack of all and master of none, but you should become jack of all and master of one. You should know the area that you want to specialize in. but at the same time you should have total and complete know about of the different areas that may not be your forte, but they will be useful for you when you take up the field of journalism. Next is good general knowledge. Now, good general knowledge is something that cannot be replaced with any other thing or any other skill. So, if you want to become a journalist, you must have a good general knowledge, and you can actually get that by reading newspapers daily. Next is specialization. I've already said, even if you become jack of all, you have to be master of one. You must realize your calling, what interests you, what excites you, which is the area that you are keenly interested to work in, and refine yourself, refine your skills and that in that particular area, and develop a specialization. Follow journalistic lingos. Journalistic language keeps on changing, and whatever you learn in the classroom is very different from what you actually experience in the newsroom. So you must be able to understand this lingo and update yourself with the current terms which are being used in the media field. Start early, very important. You cannot wait for the 3-year course or the 2-year course to end and then start building your portfolio. You need to start early. As soon as you take up a journalism course, you should start working towards your career, because that portfolio will be built step by step. You cannot do the entire thing all at once. So as early as you start, as better results you would get when you actually pass out from the course. Next is participate in extracurricular activity. This is something that most of the students think is a waste of time, but it is actually not. You have plethora of talents. All these talents need to be explored. Nothing more viable than extracurricular activities to actually find out your inner calling. You will be able to understand what you're good at only when you try your hand at different things. So you should always take up more activities in your campus so that you know what you are good at. And extracurricular activities really deliver some good certificates which can add on to your portfolio too. Next is multiple internships. During your course, throughout your course, you must keep on doing small internships. In the long run, it really helps you. It not just helps you gather new experiences, it also helps you to hone up your skills. So when you actually go out and look for a job, you are market ready because of the internships that you have done. So you must do different kinds of internships so that you know different trends of media working. Next is the ability to see the big picture. If you are a journalism student, you cannot be confined to the place you live in. Whatever things you experience there, whatever things you experience around you, you must be able to connect them with the world. That helps you not just build good stories, but also develop a bigger perspective about things, which is really, really helpful in the field of journalism. Next is, these are the 4 traits that you just cannot do without if you are actually thinking of taking up the journalism career. You should have perseverance. You should be able to follow whatever you've started, or in fact I must say you should be able to finish what you've started, because you cannot leave things in between, and that will be only possible if you really have the perseverance to go for it. Next is grit. You cannot just say that this is not possible. You have to make it possible if you are a journalism student. Determination, very important for a journalism student, because until and unless you are determined to excel in the field of journalism, you will lack that willpower, you lack that strength, and you will never be able to take up the courage and do a good journalistic story. If you want to go into journalism, you really need to have determination. Last but not the least, you must always, always, always try to improve yourself. As I had told you earlier, the technology is changing, data is becoming bigger and bigger, information technology is getting bigger and more diverse, and there is convergence of media. If you do not upgrade yourself regularly, you will not find a good job, because the employers want you to be trained at everything. Nowadays, we have smaller channels where actually journalism students or even journalists are doing all kinds of jobs which earlier were confined to separate departments. So if you really want to head for the field of journalism, these are the few key skills that you must imbibe in yourself. I will meet you in the next lecture related to this. Thank you.